Hey guys, Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride along with my little buddy Chewy, and today we're going to be talking about how you can go vegan. So before I jump into my advice for going vegan, I first want to say I am so proud of you for taking this first step. I'm so glad to have you joining the vegan community with me and the many of us who are trying to make a difference in this world. You're awesome, and I really hope that you feel proud of the life choices that you're making. So I'm not going to go into the reasons why people go vegan in this video. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you already know why you want to go vegan. You just need to know the how. So if you want a video about why people go vegan or why I went vegan, please let me know in the comments below and I can make a separate video about that. Now, why make a video about how to go vegan at all? A lot of vegans talk about how easy it is to go vegan. After all, being vegan really just means abstaining from animal products. The issue is that while veganism seems simple on paper, in real life it can be quite difficult. Going vegan takes education, it takes effort, and it takes support. And if you're missing one of those three prongs, it can be very difficult to make the transition. I'm hoping that this video gives you a bit of a jumping off point to start with so that you feel like you have a plan or a roadmap to going vegan. If you want more information about veganism, if you want to get educated, please feel free to check out my website, plantbasedbride.com. I have written so many articles on that website, many of which are about veganism specifically. There is a wealth of information there for you to check out. I'll also link below my resources page on my website where I recommend books, documentaries, podcasts, all kinds of things that can help you to get educated. As far as effort, only you can put in the effort. So I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You can make that effort. I know you have it within you. You are strong, you are capable, and you can do this. As for support, I hope that even if you don't have anyone in your day-to-day life that is vegan or is supporting your life choices, that you feel like I can be your support. I'm here for you. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave them in the comments below. You can email me, you can get in contact with me over social media, you can even book a coaching session with me so that we can talk directly over Skype. I am not just saying that I'm here to help you guys, I am here to help. I want to help you as much as possible. I know what it's like to go vegan without a lot of support or any support, and I don't want you to have to experience that. So remember, even when it feels like no one's there to support you, I have your back, reach out to me, and I will help you. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into my pointers and tips for how to go vegan. Tip 1, get educated. Educating yourself is the most important thing you can do to go vegan and stay vegan. As I said, my website is a really great resource for a lot of information. I would recommend watching Forks Over Knives for information about health and nutrition, watching Cowspiracy for information about how veganism and omnivorism impacts the environment, and Earthlings if you don't know a lot so far about the animal impact involved in eating animal products. Again, if you check out the resources page on my website, which I will link below, there are a whole bunch of other recommendations I have there for books that I've enjoyed reading, podcasts I listen to, other YouTubers I watch, and so much more so that you can get educated and know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and where you're going. I personally find that the more I learn about veganism, the more it solidifies my veganism. Every time I learn something new about what the animals are going through, the state of our environment, or the health impacts of the standard American diet, the more I feel connected to the vegan community and to my choices to be a vegan every single day of my life. If all of the things I'm linking you to overwhelms you and the amount of information there is to learn scares you off, I would really recommend checking out the link below for the Vegan 101 brochure that I put together. It's all of the basic information that I think it's really important for people to know who are interested in veganism, know someone who's going vegan, or are trying to go vegan themselves. So check that out. It is 100% free and hopefully very helpful. There is another very important reason to get educated, and that is fielding questions from non-vegans. You'll learn very quickly as you make your transition to veganism that people who don't know a lot about veganism are very curious. Whether their questions come from a good place of curiosity and genuine interest, or if they come from a place of insecurity or judgment, you will find that you will get many questions every single day. The more you get educated, the more confident you'll feel answering those questions and interacting with others about your veganism wherever it happens to be in that moment. I know that when I first went vegan, I didn't know the answers to 90% of the questions people asked me. But every time I was asked a question I didn't know the answer to, I told that person, hey, I don't actually know yet. I just went vegan. I'm going to find out and I'll let you know. And that pushed me to do even more research, to learn even more. And every time that I came back and had the answers to the questions that someone asked me, again, whatever their purpose was in asking the question, I could see that they respected me more for actually taking the time to do the research, find the information, and to share it with them. Step 2, find your why. After education, this is absolutely the most important thing you can do to go vegan and stay vegan. You need to know why you're doing it. And I know that if you're watching this video, you already have an idea of why you want to go vegan. But this reason needs to become so clear in your mind that you can hold on to it no matter what comes your way. Because I promise from time to time, or maybe all of the time at the beginning, going vegan's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to come to you naturally. And you need to have that thing to hold on to, the thing to push you and motivate you to keep going. My why is the animals. I care about them. I don't want to hurt them ever. And I know that my preferences are not more important than their lives. That is my why. That's what keeps me going every single day. So find yours, hold on to it, write it out and put it on your fridge or on your wall. Make it the home screen on your phone. Make it an affirmation. Do whatever you need to do to hold on to that why, to keep you motivated and keep you going. Tip number 3 is to find support. As I said, finding support is one of the most important things you can do. Without a support system, even if that's a support system of one, your veganism is not going to be sustainable. If you can, try to find support system in your day-to-day life. Having someone who you can see, touch, talk to in person, who either is vegan, is vegetarian, or is interested in it like you is so, so important. You need to have someone you can talk to about the things you're feeling and the things you're facing. And if you can't find that person in your day-to-day life, find them online. That's the amazing thing about going vegan in this day and age, is that there's so much accessibility to vegan communities online. Whether it's a Facebook group or whether you're in a separate forum, if it's on YouTube or social media, find those people who can keep you going. And as I said earlier, if you're not sure where to turn, please let me be your support. I love helping people on their transition to a vegan lifestyle. I'm so passionate about it, and I know how hard it can be. So ask your questions, reach out to me, let me be of service to you, because we're all in this together. 4, find a mentor. This is what YouTube is great for. Find someone that you really mesh with, someone that you respect, someone who has been vegan for longer than you, even if they only started being vegan a couple months before you went vegan. Enlist their help, ask them questions, get advice, learn from them as much as you can. And if you have the resources, find multiple mentors. Even though I'm in my 4th year of veganism, I still have mentors. There are people that I follow, whether it's their books that I read, their podcasts that I listen to, or their videos that I watch on YouTube. There are people that I continue to learn from on a daily basis, and having that mentorship is such an important part of my veganism and my life. Tip 5, get inspired, because going vegan is actually fun. Go on Instagram and find all of the amazing vegan accounts where they show their gorgeous food that is completely unattainable but looks amazing. Go on Pinterest and pin every single vegan recipe that pops up. Go on YouTube and watch vlogs of vegans who are doing amazing things with their lives or creating educational videos. Find inspiration, find your motivation, and have fun. Tip 6, collect simple recipes. When you first start going vegan, simple recipes are going to be your best friend. The more minimalistic your approach is to your food, the easier it's going to be, let me just tell you. Food blogs are great, but a lot of the time their recipes are very complicated. So I would recommend starting with the basics. If you like to have cereal for breakfast, have a vegan cereal with plant milk. Or maybe have oatmeal and berries. If you used to have yogurt, you could have vegan yogurt. Or maybe you could try having a smoothie for breakfast. Or if you always ate an omelet or scrambled eggs, maybe you should try scrambled tofu. All of these things can be made with just a few ingredients, and if you search easy, simple vegan recipes for whatever it is you're looking for, I promise they will come up. Tip number 7, clean out your pantry and your fridge. I know it can be hard, especially if you dislike the idea of wasting food, but if you've been on your vegan journey for a little while and you're no longer reaching for the animal products in your fridge and pantry and you don't see yourself doing it, then get rid of them. Donate them if you can, give them to friends or family. If you have a roommate, tell them they can eat it. Do what you will, but get them out of your house. When you do restock your kitchen, please stock up on all of the basics and make sure you get enough. My vegan staples are fruit, vegetables, both green leafy vegetables and starchy vegetables. I love grains like rice and quinoa. Oatmeal is a super staple for me, and I also always like to have some tofu and tempeh on hand. Also for myself and my husband, we love spicy food, so we love to have some hot sauce with us all the time. I love sriracha, my husband loves soy sauce. We make sure to keep these things around so that we can flavor anything that we make. I also would recommend having some nutritional yeast around. It can be super helpful in making sauces and dressings and dips that have a little bit more of that cheesy flavor. It might be a good idea to stock up on some vegan meat and dairy substitutes. Maybe try some vegan burgers or grab some vegan chicken nuggets. You could get some almond milk or coconut milk or cashew milk. Maybe grab some Miyoko's cheeses if you loved to have cheese and crackers. Make sure that you have those things on hand so that whenever you're hungry, there are plentiful plant foods to eat. Tip number 8, read the ingredients. This is one of the hardest things about going vegan because a lot of people before their transition weren't too interested in the ingredients. Now maybe you're the exception to the rule and you've been reading ingredients for years, but for a lot of people this is a foray into an entirely new land. So I'm not going to go too deep into details on this right now. I am going to link below an article I wrote about how to read labels as a vegan. I went really in depth in there, and I think it's a great place to start if you're beginning to worry about that. But I do want to mention, when you're in your transition, start off by trading out the things that are obviously not vegan. If you go to drink a glass of milk, don't drink cow's milk, drink plant milk. If you're going to go get a burger, get the veggie burger, not the beef burger. Once those changes feel a little bit easier, a little more natural, that's when you can start worrying about the hidden non-vegan ingredients. That's when you can start reading those ingredients lists, finding those things that have dairy in them for no apparent reason, and cutting those things out of your diet and finding substitutes that are 100% vegan and animal product free. Tip number 9, get to know your neighborhood all over again. I'm sure when you moved into your current neighborhood, you took a look around, familiarized yourself with the closest grocery store, the cinema, where you could go grab a bite to eat. But now that you're going vegan, it's so worth it to take a walk around and to familiarize yourself with the vegan hotspots in your town or city. A really helpful way to do this is to download the Happy Cow app. You can walk around and see what places pop up on there as being vegan friendly, vegetarian, or entirely vegan, so that you have an idea of what grocery stores and health stores are near you, where these vegan restaurants are, and even where your local vegetarian association is if you happen to have one in your area. Tip number 10, perfect is the enemy of the good. This is a saying that I love to bring up in regards to veganism, especially when you're first transitioning, but really for the rest of your life, you're not always going to be a perfect vegan. There unfortunately isn't even really a way to be 100% vegan in our current world, but you shouldn't let that stop you from trying your best. You can be a good vegan, you can even be a great vegan without being perfect, and I think that that's something that's important to strive for. So if you make a mistake, whether you purchase something without double checking the ingredients, or you order something and it happens to come with cheese on it even though you asked for no cheese, or you bit into a burger and realize that they gave you the beef burger instead of the veggie burger, these things happen. They still happen to me from time to time, even after years of being vegan. So don't beat yourself up over it. You can take it as a chance to learn. Next time you'll know, and move on. Things happen. Don't let it derail you. Tip number 11, eat enough. This is so important, especially if you're coming from an entirely omnivorous diet. You need to eat a lot more food when you go vegan. For most of us, this is a great thing, and we celebrate every day how much food we get to eat, but it may take you a bit of time to get used to a larger volume of food. I just want to drive home that you need to make sure you're getting enough calories. Plant foods are definitely less calorically dense than animal foods, and when you replace meat, dairy, and eggs with either the plant substitutes or whole plant foods, you do need to eat more to give yourself the same number of calories. If counting calories isn't something that is triggering to you, I would suggest counting them for a couple of days or a week when you're first trying to go vegan, maybe in something like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer, so that you can get an idea of where you're sitting and how it is for you. If you're consistently coming in at a pretty low number of calories, you may want to bump it up. Try to eat some more calorically dense plant foods like rice and potatoes and legumes and beans or nuts, or to increase the volume of your fruits and vegetables, the foods that are lower on the caloric density scale, so that you make sure that you're getting enough energy for your daily needs. Now, don't take this to mean that I suggest that vegans always count their calories, because I definitely do not. For me, I find counting calories can lead to dangerous habits, and I much prefer to eat in an intuitive way and eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full. If you enjoy counting calories, then go for it, but you definitely don't need to count calories to thrive on a vegan diet. Tip 12, lead by example. It's not always fun to be the only vegan in a room. People are gonna joke, they're gonna say mean comments, and sometimes you just have to take it. I know it's easy to get angry, but I really think that it's important to work on reacting to things in the most positive way possible. Veganism has a bad rap, unfortunately, and each one of us represents veganism to the people that we meet. Many of the people you meet may know no other vegans. So when they're interacting with you, it's so important to be as positive and helpful as possible, as informed as possible, and to not let people get under your skin. A lot of times when people are making jokes at your expense, they want to see you react, just like any bully. And if you don't give them that reaction, they're going to stop doing it. So I really suggest that you try your best to lead by example, to show people that you can be respectful of their life and life choices while disagreeing with them. And hopefully they'll catch on and follow your lead. Tip number 13, identify your trouble area. If there's something you have a lot of trouble with or even have an addiction to, that's the thing that you're going to have to spend the most time working on in your transition. Cheese was my addiction. It took me a very long time to stop missing cheese, because even 4 years ago, vegan cheeses weren't what they are now. Even still, if you have an addiction to something, especially to cheese, which does have addictive properties, it can be really hard to give it up. So be gentle on yourself and give yourself the time to transition away from eating those foods. It's okay to be 100% vegan except for that little bit of cheese that you still eat on a weekly basis, because you're slowly weaning yourself off of it and transitioning over to vegan cheese. That doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you weak or not a real vegan, no matter what other people tell you. You are in your transition and you know what you need to do to get there in a sustainable way. So those are my tips to going vegan. What I want to leave you with is that really the only way to transition to veganism is to believe in yourself, as cheesy as that sounds, and to stay positive. You can do it. I know you can do it. And you know you can do it. My most important piece of advice to you is, don't think of going vegan as a step away from things that have brought you joy or pleasure in your life, but rather a step towards those values that you hold most dear and a more meaningful life experience. Because veganism isn't really about vegans. It's about our world and all of the animals, human or not, that live on it. Remember, I'm here for you. You can always reach out and get in contact with me. My email is in the description box. Feel free to shoot me an email and ask me anything that comes to mind. Leave a comment below, or head to the coaching page on my website and schedule a Skype session. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this was helpful to you, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye! Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful or enjoyable. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you don't miss any of the new videos that I'm posting every single Monday and Saturday. Check out my blog, plantbasedbride.com, for new blog posts every single Wednesday. Don't forget to check out the links that I mentioned that are all in the description box. And if you enjoy what I do and you want to support me in my journey to spread veganism as far and wide as possible, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon.